So you've decided to sell your property and now you're at the stage of choosing a real estate agent. Now I'm going to put it out there, not all agents are the same. And choosing the wrong one could literally cost you tens of thousands of dollars and months of unnecessary stress. I've met so many homeowners who said, we wish we'd asked more questions before signing on with our agent. Some were left chasing updates, wondering, well, what exactly is going on with our sale? And others felt completely ghosted after that Form 6 was signed. If you're thinking about selling your home and you want to make sure that you pick the right person to represent you, this video is going to save you a lot of heartache, because today I'm breaking down the most common mistakes that sellers make when choosing an agent, the exact questions to ask the agents before signing a Form 6, and how to spot a genuine professional who'll actually deliver and not disappear. Before we dive in, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Summer from Summer & Co Property here in Queensland, and I help homeowners sell smart, feel supported, and make confident decisions every step of the way. Selling can feel really overwhelming, especially with so many agents out there all promising you the world. So let's unpack what actually matters, what to look out for, and how to find the agent that is truly the right fit for you and your home. Let's start with what I see most often, the big mistakes that sellers make when choosing their agent. Mistake 1. Choosing based on brand recognition. Now, I get it, a big name agency can feel really safe. They've got those shiny signs, the big offices, and lots of listings. But remember, you're not hiring a brand, you're hiring a person. Here's something that many sellers don't realize. Sometimes the person you meet at an appraisal or a listing presentation, the one who wins your confidence and signs you up, isn't actually the person who'll end up handling your sale. In larger teams, for example, once you've signed the paperwork, your property might be passed on to junior agents or assistants. You could end up with different people running your open homes, attending your inspections, another one organising other inspections, and someone else entirely following up with your buyers. This can create confusion, inconsistency, and frustration, especially when that communication starts to slip. When you're selling something as important as your home, you deserve to know exactly who will be looking after you and your property day to day. So simply ask up front, who will actually be managing my sale? Who's going to be running my open homes? Who'll be there at the inspections? Who's following up with my buyers? Because the person representing you at open homes is the one that buyers will associate with your property, and that impression really matters. Mistake number 2, choosing based on the cheapest commission. Now I get it. Saving money is incredibly tempting, particularly in this day and age with the cost of living. But here's the thing, if an agent is so willing to negotiate their own commission, to do bare minimal commission for you to win your listing, what makes you think they'll actually fight hard to negotiate your best sale price and conditions? A strong, experienced agent can easily add tens of thousands of dollars to your final result through skilled negotiation, far more than the difference in commission. Agents who focus on low commission often end up being transactional, so they're motivated really quickly to move on to the next listing and the next, rather than investing the time to really get to know you, your property, and your potential buyers. The best outcomes come from agents who take the time to understand your needs, build rapport with buyers, and strategically position your property to achieve the highest possible result, and not just tick boxes and move on. Mistake number 3, being swayed by personality without proof. Many sellers meet a chatty, confident agent who's lovely at the appraisal, but once that Form 6 is signed, they barely hear from them again. That initial energy fades really fast if communication and accountability aren't priorities. Which brings us to the most important part, what to actually ask before choosing your agent. Here are 7 key questions that will help you separate the talkers from the actual doers. Number 1, local knowledge. Ask, how well do you know the local market and what's actually been happening here recently? You want someone who lives and breathes your suburb, who can tell you the median house prices, the buyer demographics, and what homes like yours have actually recently sold for. An agent with genuine local knowledge can position your property strategically and not generically. Number 3, experience and results. Ask, what homes have you sold recently and what were the outcomes? It's not just about how many properties they've sold, it's about relevance and results. Did they sell homes that are similar to yours? How long did it take? Did they achieve prices consistent with the market? A confident agent can walk you through these examples and explain how these strategies could apply to your home. Number 4, communication. Ask, how will you communicate with me and how often? Now, this one is huge. Communication has to be the number one in life, pretty much. Without communication, things just fall apart. And selling your home can be emotional, so communication is everything. When I meet with sellers, I always ask how they prefer to be contacted, whether via a phone call, a text message, an email, and how often they'd like updates. Some people love the daily check-ins, while others prefer just 1 or 2 detailed updates a week. Setting those expectations early and keeping them builds trust, and it removes a lot of that stress. If your agent doesn't talk about communication preferences or accountability, that's your red flag. Number 5, pricing and negotiation. Ask, how do you set your pricing strategy and how do you handle negotiations? You want someone who is realistic, not someone who just tells you what you want to hear to get the listing. A strong agent will explain how they analyse comparable sales, buyer feedback and current market conditions, and they'll actually provide you with the data and walk you through it if you don't understand. Then they'll have a clear process for handling multiple offers or counter offers, because that's where the best results are made. Great agents don't panic when buyers negotiate. They guide the process confidently, keeping your best interests front and centre. 6, fees and contracts. Ask, what are your fees and are there any cancellation terms? You want to know, is marketing covered until the property is sold, or is payment required up front? Are you locked into a standard Form 6 90-day agreement, or are there flexible terms such as a 14 or 30-day written notice to terminate if the agent isn't performing? Remember, you're not just comparing numbers, you're comparing value and accountability. The cheapest option may not be the best if the agent doesn't have the strategy or the motivation to deliver you the best results. Number 7, references and reviews. Ask, can I see some client reviews or some recent success stories? A confident agent will be proud to share them, and not just the glowing reviews, but the examples of how they handled any challenges or unique situations that they may have had. Look for consistent feedback mentioning strong communication, transparency, and follow through, because that is what truly defines a great agent. Here's the thing, a great agent's work doesn't actually stop once that signboard goes up. Behind the scenes, we are organising things such as photography appointments, floor plans, drone shots, video walkthroughs, organising other inspections such as pest and building, writing descriptions for marketing, liaising with solicitors, following up with buyers after inspections and providing feedback to our sellers, and many things that continue right through to settlement. Often sorting out issues and challenges that pop up without buyers or sellers even realising, and it's all to reduce your stress. Preparing to pack and move after selling is stressful enough, so this support makes a real difference. We're proactive, not reactive, and we do what we say we're going to do, because when you're representing someone's biggest asset, accountability is not optional. This is what separates a listing agent from a selling agent. So let's recap. Don't choose based on brand or commission. Ask the right questions about marketing, communication, and negotiation, and make sure you connect with someone who truly listens, because this is a partnership. It's not a transaction. And the right agent doesn't just list your property, they strategically position it to sell for the best possible price in the least amount of time with minimal stress. Once again, I'm Summer from Summer & Co Property. If you'd like a free printable checklist of all the questions that we've talked about today, plus a few bonus ones, send me a message and I'll happily share it with you. And if you're thinking of selling, I would love to be one of those agents that you interview. Hit me with all the questions, happy to answer them all. And if this video helped you feel a little bit more confident about the selling process, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you know who's also thinking of selling soon. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. We got you covered. Selling dreams and homes like no